welcome back. Coming up, we've got drums and dance. But before that, let's check out Cook Island fashion.
Push it, push it, push it.
Yeah. Cook Island fashion, come with me. Cook Island fashion is known for being big, bright and beautiful. But what history lies behind the people, their beliefs and the garments of today? Let's find out. We're here with Pastor Ngarima George and Ngatuaine Maui, both from the Ministry of Culture here in the Cook Islands. Kia orana.
Kia ora.
Pastor Ngarima, what would you say is the first or most traditional garment worn by the Cook Island people?
For the Sun group, they use a lot of the tapa, the rauchi, the rito. From the Northern group, the pandanus, the kiko, before Christianity arrived.
Was the traditional Cook Island clothing simply about having something to wear, or was there more meaning to it?
In the past, we had different people who had different roles to play in society, and their clothing reflected their role. This also symbolized their beliefs in the traditional gods and also in the family and just the whole way of life of the Cook Islands in the olden days.
As well as the traditional clothing, what else did the Cook Island people use to adorn their bodies?
We had men, especially men from the chief family, who were tattooed from their feet right up to their necks.
They tattooed the whole body according to that family tribal tradition. When you see a tattoo on this part, then you will know that person comes from that tribe.
Wow, so your costume reflects who you are, your beliefs and your status. When did that all change?
Well, I believe when Christianity arrived.
So everything changed with Christianity?
The clothing and also the belief system, the whole culture, the cultural values of the Cook Islands changed. First of all, they had to influence the chiefs in order to believe their gods. Then it was easier to influence the village people. With the clothing came the authority, the mana. So in order to get rid of this mana or the power that the people had, they had to change their clothing and change their way of life in order for the missionaries to assume the power in the islands.
And one of the main forms of adornment was the tattoo. That was changed as well?
Yeah, that was abolished. It wasn't changed, it was abolished. The chiefs at the time were the last ones to be tattooed. Their gods were abolished and the marais were desecrated. Then a lot of the people had to cover up from their neck right down to their toes, wearing these English long dresses and long pants and white shirts.
So how is all of that history reflected in the garments of today?
Oh, that's a good question. To me, it's wonderful. Bringing the old and the new and putting together. And I believe there will be a new era or a new way of seeing things for the generation to come.
The young people now have incorporated the designs from the mission period, which is called the mumu, into something which is, I would say, which is more practical for nowadays.
So where do I go to experience some of today's Cook Island culture and style?
Whoa! First you go to Tau, and secondly, go to the Puranui. That's where you're going to get the best, my girl.
Well, me taki for taking us on that journey through Cook Island fashion. I'm going to go and check some of it out right now. This is Erina Tavioni, one of the most prominent contemporary fashion designers here in the Cook Islands. Kia orana.
Kia ora.
Now, Erina, how does your fashion say the Cook Islands?
It'll be the prints.
The prints?
The traditional designs we have on our fabrics, incorporate with the environment, the flowers, the leaves, sea life. And then I bring some contemporary and mix it. But I'm always strong on the traditional.
As a Pacific Islander, what would I get from wearing a TAF design?
You look 100% better than you do now.
Oh, thanks. Elena, you're a creative. How do you keep the past alive in your work today?
By drawing inspiration from our old traditional designs, our traditional way of living. And if I may say, it's not just me, it's other Cook Islanders out there in the field of artists, dancers, choreographers.
Elena, what is the key to using the designs of the past?
It would be to use it with integrity and respect.
Absolutely. Well, Cook Island identity has been shaped by politics, power and religion. Me taki mata te erina, pasangarima, and ngatu waine for taking us through this journey of Cook Island fashion and culture. Me taki.
Me take
Ka kite!
It's prize time!
And you can win this black pearl from Tokadao Gym and this pearl shell crafted by yours truly, including this hat.
The sweatshirt courtesy of Cook Island Tourism.
All you have to do is answer this question.
Who leads the dance in a Cook Island dance troupe?
Coming up after the break, I learned how to make a Cook Island drums, and we're all gonna be shaking our bum buns, Cook Island style. So come back!